Welcome to ESA 2014, and the next game coming out will be Timesplitters Future Perfect by gBang. Stay tuned.
All right. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright. Thank you. Okay, everyone. Hello, I am gBang, and this is going to be a speedrun of the Timesplitters Future Perfect story mode on hard. And when you increase difficulty, hard is the hardest difficulty, and when you increase difficulty, 4 things happen with the enemies. They fire more often, they have better accuracy, they have more hit points, and they do more damage. So, well, I pretty much have to hit headshots all the time, or as much as possible, in order to kill them, because while they die from 1 headshot, they take like 10 body shots to kill. And this is an interesting thing for my game. So normally that guy on the right, he's supposed to just walk up to me and give me a weapon. But my game makes it so that sometimes he gets stuck on the side to me and can't get to me. So I'm gonna have to wait for him to give me the weapon. Thank you. And that costs some time, but not much to do about it. I usually just reset whenever it happens. And so, well, this game, you're gonna be traveling to time, or I am going to be traveling a lot through time. And you're gonna be seeing a lot of different sceneries, a lot of different weapons, and that's basically just the story playing itself out. So this year is 2401, and we are at war with some guy and his army of Timesplitters and time assassins. And so, I'm Sergeant Cortez, and it's my job to put an end to it, basically. Travel back in time and find out the source and just follow up everything. And these are the time assassins, the guys in hoods that I'm killing. And as you can see, I'm trying my very best to get headshots all the time, or they really don't die.
Ah, Cortez, you're back. Over here, quick. Cortez, we're pinned down here. We can't get through.
No real sequence breaks, but like a couple of skips that save, I don't know, 5 minutes each. Or, well, yeah, one gives a big room, and so I guess that's a sequence break. And then the other just is a non-skip. It just saves, it gets you out of a pretty hard fight. So I restart here because my game's old, and sometimes either a splitter or a time assassin come in through this, or through the valley from here, and I don't want that to happen because they're very annoying to deal with. And so when I restart on checkpoint, I despawn basically. So what's going to be happening now is there are going to be 18 splitters coming from 3 directions, and they're going to come in 3 phases. And I have to kill all of them in order to be able to proceed past that barricade. And yeah, splitters turn invisible, so whenever they feel like it. So if you can't see them, that's, yeah, because they're invisible. And some of these splitters, they're trigger splitters, so to speak. And what that means is when I kill them, they trigger the spawn of another splitter. And so I want to kill those as fast as possible in order to have every splitter spawn as fast as possible. I have no idea, honestly. Maybe I should do some follow-up on that, but I just do with what I have, basically. And so I'm getting off the gun and closer to this barricade in order to save time, basically. And so here, what I have to do is I have to kill 10 splitters before I can proceed into the headquarters. And there can only be a maximum of 2 of these splitters on the battlefield at a time. And so whenever I kill a new one, or kill one, a new one is gonna pop up from this ridge. And so with that one, that's 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now I can finish this mission. Boom. So now I'm gonna skip a couple of cutscenes, and basically they just explained where the story is going. So I got them back to headquarters with time crystals, and they find out that the biggest, like, whenever you travel through time, the time crystals leave like time residue or something like that. And the biggest pocket of these are on an island in 1924 Scotland. So this is where I'm heading right now. And so in the beginning of this, there are a couple of enemies that are pretty bad, or they can be pretty bad. Sometimes they're completely harmless. So one's a turret and one's a gunboat. And they can kill me pretty easily if they manage to pin me down. And sometimes they will just they will do that, and there's nothing I can do about it. And sometimes they'll just leave me alone. So hoping for good enemy AI RNG. This one I can actually do something about by stalling them like that. So that's supposed to be what? I don't know. The captain? Probably. I can't really tell the difference between accents, honestly.
Problems here, old chap.
So, well, now I'm just trying to find out who's behind all these, basically. So that's why I'm heading to the castle. And the guy I have with me, he's the captain of the British Navy. And so the thing that happened during the cutscene is I triggered the signals to get them to fire on this island, which is why it's being bombed. You'll see some explosions when I'm outside. So this here is a gunboat. Oh. He means business this time. Fortunately, he was pretty harmless, so we got off without taking too much damage. Yeah, you're gonna see some explosions happening now. Like that one. There's a gate coming up. A gate that I have to crash through with this car, and it acts a bit weird sometimes. Sometimes you can get stuck in between the 2 doors, so... Okay, that's a good... Or, that was good. Yeah, that's a weird sound. Well, that worked out pretty fine, but it can go better. Sometimes you can get stuck completely and not be able to move at all. And when that happens, that's really unfortunate. So one thing I didn't mention yet, my unarmed setting has a telekinesis device, so to speak, on it. And with that I can move objects further away, so that's what I just did across the bridge. I used the telekinesis thing on the lever to make it low, or to lower the bridge. Sometimes Captain Ash runs into the explosion while I trigger it, and then he dies, which means a reset. So there's a cutscene coming up here as we get through this door. Basically what we find out in that cutscene is that there are time portals scattered through here, and there can be multiple Cortezes in the same area, so to speak. So in the future I'm going to be helping out myself, basically, a couple of times. If I stand in this far left corner in the elevator, I triggered the checkpoint that's up top of the elevator faster, so I can just restart and be at the end of the elevator. It just saves a few seconds.
What are they talking?
Hey! Get down! Looks like we've outstayed our welcome, sir.
And so the guy going into the chimney right there, he's the guy I'm after. He's their leader, yeah. And that cutscene there is the exact same cutscene as before, only it was from the other end, so to speak. So, coming up here is a boss fight.
Ah, it's you again.
Hopefully.
Splendid. I found my assistant, but
Yeah, I could get out. There's a plane that crashes here, and where the debris lands is completely random. Sometimes a wing or so can block the door, so you can't get in. And then you have to restart from checkpoint. So whenever that happens, that's pretty unfortunate. So the way I kill this guy is by planting TNT and these KSMG grenades, as they're called, these small rockets that I shoot out from my SMG, they stall him for a while. And during each stall period, I have time to plant 2 TNTs on it. That should be it. Yeah. That was a good fight. Pretty much as fast as you can beat him, as far as I know. When you're alone, that is. And so now this mission's pretty much over already too. I just have to go over there and open this door. And then I'm gonna jump forward in time again. And this time I'm jumping to 1969 in Russia. We're at a train depot because we found this leader guy, that guy, with another guy, and on the back it said Russia something. So now we're there. And so there's this other guy who just happens to be here, and he's a secret agent of some sort. So we help him out and he helps us out.
According to a transmission received,
There we go.
House has stolen a nuclear missile from the French and is planning to
Yeah. First heritage stage.
Hey, pretty groovy work, Space
There he
Team.
is.
Looks like you've done this before. Cool. There's no way to
Also, there's a fun thing you can do here, if I manage to get it. You just push him to the trigger,
check this out.
but so that it doesn't stand where the bars are, I can push him away and still have these bars come off by themselves.
As good as X-ray glasses.
Normally he uses laser glasses to burn through the iron, and now you're gonna hear the sound of him doing it. There it is. So the reason I'm sneaking here, or being stealthy, is if they see me, they're gonna use this car to come after me, and I want it to be there. And so what I have to do is I have to turn off the generator that powers the electric fences in order to be able to meet up with Harry Tipper closer to the main gate. And the only reason I need this car is to just get to the gate faster. Or the electric fence faster, rather. So now we see him, our bad guy and his friend, go through that door. And that's where we're gonna head soon. So what's gonna happen now is Harry Tipper's gonna... There Harry Tipper is, coming out of the sewers. He's gonna go and try to steal soldier or whatever uniforms from the barracks over here, and I'm gonna cover him from up top.
And I get car. Get the sports car, so red one.
And that's what I picked up the grenades for earlier too, in the generator house. During the second phase of this, I can throw grenades over the wall in order to kill multiple people fast and yeah, make all this go faster. So he's gonna come up from there and try to steal stuff from there, and I'm just gonna be here covering his ass. No. I can do no scope grenade throws. You can't jump in Timesplitters, unfortunately, so. But yeah, that's a really easy way to kill him. Just grenades like that, and as soon as his health bar disappears, you know, kill them all. As now I just have to kill everyone in here, and then we'll be able to sneak into the main place. In our new disguises. What? Alright. There's one more guy, I don't know where he is. Ah, there you go. They usually just come through that door, all of them, if I just wait.
Here's our disguise.
I don't know what that was.
I could only find one that would fit me, but what the heck?
So now he
This
brought
is
us
the
disguises.
system. Anything goes, baby.
And so I'm now henchman Cortez, and he is going to be swinging Tipper, because he can only find a woman's suit that fits him.
Save the world. It's pretty breezy too.
And so in here there's going to be an interaction between him and the male guard, and the male guard is going to think he's a female, an actual female. So even though all of us can see through the disguise instantly, these NPCs are dumb enough to fall for it. So I have to get through that door, and in order to do that I have to turn on the power again, that they're gonna turn off like real soon. So coming up here, I'm just gonna go a small detour in order to trigger the this voice.
Yes, I have been transferred here from Sector 4.
Pretty good female Russian English, I'd say, but I'm no expert. So there's gonna be a lot of just walking around now, not doing much. So if there's anything, donations or anything you wanna read, just go ahead.
No water flow. That's why the turbines aren't active.
I guess not. Come on, people. Don't leave me hanging. So what I just have to do, what I just did is I restored water pressure, and now I have to turn on the starter motor, and then the main generator, and then I'll be able to open the door. Why are you laughing? What is so funny? Someone holding something behind my head or something?
You, we got a $2 donation.
Alright.
Couch guy, stop trying to be Al Bundy. You look too much like Bud anyways. Al Bundy, his son Bud.
Yeah, but
You look like a Bud, you know, the loser.
Oh, his son. Bud Bundy. And so yeah, now I restored main power. Just gonna, and now they find out I'm not one of them, and they're gonna try to kill me. And so depending on how much damage I take here, this next part is gonna be a lot harder.
you need to reach for your...
Alright.
No, be like that. Be like
Yeah,
that.
of course, I know.
There we go.
Alright, so there's gonna be another blast door here, but this time I'm just gonna blast through it basically. Come on, chat, stop. Man, now I wish I ran like one of these low attention span games like Ocarina of Time or something like that, so I could actually pay attention to chat. Something that doesn't require constant movement and is actually hard. And so right after this cutscene is the end, basically, of this mission. So, well, that's basically our guy pushing enemies or his troops through the portal to go somewhere. And in these cutscenes I'm not gonna be traveling through time, I'm just gonna hop on the other bad guys.
Yeah, see? shot went wild as soon as you did the Ocarina of Time thing.
Well, gotta stay real.
That's just great.
So now we're on this train, and this is a very straightforward track, and it's a very tight space, so I'm gonna be, well, very crowded with enemies, so they might be tough to kill sometimes. I'm just gonna restart the level because I don't want to take damage from... Oh, that was one headshot, by the way. One headshot on hard takes half your life away. It usually doesn't happen, but marathon luck, etc.
No take. Heads up! Guard on the roof! Come on! Let's find Callus and save the world! Someone's here!
Alright, now we can keep moving on. See, this is what I was saying. These guys are pretty hard to deal with sometimes. And this is really shows the value of getting a headshot. And so, coming up here, there's gonna be another interaction with myself. And this time I'm going to cover my future self while he takes care of a second helicopter. As soon as I manage to kill these people. So yeah, he's gonna be coming out of that train cart. And I can speed this up by shooting him, but friendly fire is always enabled in this, so he takes damage from my bullets, but they also make him trigger, like, shoot his rockets faster. Alright, I'm not gonna risk too much. So I'm just gonna let him do his thing. And so after this, I'm gonna be in his position, firing missiles at the helicopter that's above me. Alright, he got it, so I'm just gonna start moving on. Oh Christ, they lived through that? How did they manage? I just want full mag before I climb the stairs. And so basically what happened now, I jumped through a time portal and onto a second train. And that is the train that future me was on earlier.
We got a $30 donation from General Lös. Here you go, gBang.
Thank you, General Les. Christ. Alright, well, past me is really bad at covering for me, so, which is why I die. Past me doesn't really get good at this game until later. So, in this game, you can quick fire single shot weapons by just switching them out like this. You can fire them without having to reload. Normally there's a big reloading scene where he just puts a giant rocket into the... I don't think they kill him. Oh, wait. One of the rockets must have missed. Yeah. Normally it just takes 3 rockets to kill him. That's unfortunately all I have, so that's gonna have to do. And yeah, that's the audio cue that tells me I know, or tells me that the helicopter's coming down. And I'll get double machine guns, which means twice the fun. And so yeah, he trapped me in, or he thought he trapped me in this room, but I have telekinesis power, so I can get out easily, no problem.
I'm never
And now, in order to stop this missile from launching, I'm gonna have to solve a puzzle. And it can be one of 3 puzzles, but they're all very simple. You just have to connect the dots like that, or basically connect the lines. And now it's a boss fight, and this is my least favorite boss fight in the game, because of, well, he's on a jetpack and his physics aren't too great. He's gonna be spinning around like this all the time. Alright, that was pretty good. I still had bullets left in my machine guns. And so when I stop this train is the trigger the end of this mission. And now we travel forward in time. Because we found out that the guy...
You can try. Oh, wait, they stole the keyboard. Never mind.
Yeah, so now we travel forward in time and to this mansion in Connecticut in 1994. And apparently there's been rumors going on about zombies being in this mansion. Sorry. And so, in order to get into this, I don't know, secret club or something, this girl is here to take pictures. And so she becomes our partner for this mission. Yeah, it's pretty great. So timely enough, a tree falls and blocks the front entrance, so we can't get out. Not that we want to, but she might.
Ew, that is gross.
So yeah, she's here to take pictures, basically.
Gross. Picture.
Yeah.
Classic girl.
So these things that I'm torching right now are ghosts, allegedly. And I restart from checkpoint here in order to bring her with me faster. Otherwise she just stands around for a bit before entering that room. And here, turns out there were actually zombies in this mansion. And so there's gonna be blood. So if you have any miners in your room, might wanna throw them out. And there's a ghost of some kid with fire powers, so this game makes a lot of sense, honestly. The future is definitely like this. Just you watch. And so yeah, I had to kill all these worms in order to be able to go forward. And they only surface when they're in biting range of me, basically. And so yeah, coming up here is the first like real major skip, or well, sequence break. I restart here for the same reason as last time. And so what I'm gonna be doing here is I'm gonna skip this room by firing her across the room so that she blocks those doors. And I have to wait here for a bit before I go up the stairs, or the zombies that I have to kill in order to trigger, or in order to be able to move forward. They won't spawn if I go up too fast. So, gotta go fast, but not too fast.
Gotta go moderately fast.
Yeah, basically.
Gotta go just as fast.
And so I only have to kill the zombies that are in front of me in order to trigger this door to open. And only the girl and the guy with the shotgun, the guy running at me, I don't have to kill him. It's just annoying. And I can proceed up the stairs. I'm gonna restart from checkpoint here in order to get that guy away from me. Otherwise he would come with me and try to kill me. And so now there are bugs of some sort. I kind of want to know what kind of research they were doing exactly, because this doesn't seem very safe to me. Thankfully I have a flamethrower, so... And now we lost her because she's a big scared cat. I have to restart from checkpoint here in order to make the guys up here spawn. Otherwise they don't. And here I showcase my telekinesis ability. Oh fuck. Christ. This is bad. There we go. I have the world record, I think. Or at least I have the best known time, as far as I know, basically. I got it early today, actually, 1:33:20 something, I think. Or, well, if anyone knows of a better time than that, you're very welcome to inform me. I've tried looking, but I haven't found any better single singing time, or whole story time. Only individual levels. I do not want to die to this guy. There we go. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
We got a $5 donation from Alan Kane. TSFP is one of my favorite games. Thank you for running this game. Runner. Well, thank you for that generous donation.
Thank you, Alan King. You're welcome for me running this game, etc. So what I did there is basically when you go far enough out into this place, you trigger the cutscene, and if you start walking backwards as soon as you trigger it, or skip it instantly and start walking backwards all the time, you end up behind this barricade. And this makes this boss fight a lot easier, because you can just stand in one place basically. And that's that guy. Please don't do that in my ear. I would really appreciate it if you did not do that, honestly. Honestly, I just have to kill all of these enemies in order to be able to go through this door and come. There we go. Is this the best run of the marathon so far? I think it is, honestly. More people should be in on this. So, no time traveling here either. We're just going further into the mansion. And now we're in the mansion cellars, where there's allegedly a secret lab.
This looks like the mansion cellars. That must be further in. What is that? No! It's
And something that drags people down.
We have to find out who the time traveler is and how it's connected to the crystals and the Timesplitters.
And so the reason there are just boxes flying around everywhere is that there are ghosts.
My God, what is that? They're coming right out of the ground. Shapeshifters. That sounded like gBang.
And some of these zombies have shape-shifting abilities, which is pretty futuristic if you ask me.
Looks like someone's been setting traps for zombies.
I'm nearly loose. Just keep the zombies away from me.
They're not even.
If I knew this would happen, I would have worn pants. Hey! Damn it! This reminds me of
So
Does anyone know what they're doing out there?
Nope.
It's just casual shit like usual. I swear I'm the only one who actually practice my runs.
Just keep the zombies away from me.
Welcome to ESA 2014. We are taking donations for Doctors Without
There we go.
Borders.
Got it.
And the hosts are Ludandi, speedrunning team. We also feature runners from SDA, Speedruns Live, and test videos. Yeah, stay tuned.
Christ. Alright, as we're going deeper into the mansion, we have now found some kind of lab, I guess.
Maybe we can see what's going on.
Electric zombies? That is so unfair.
There are gonna be a lot more shots, fine, don't worry. Okay, so... Oh, she's in here, good.
Hey, who shut the door?
Someone shut the door, and now she's gonna try to open this door,
Zombies can get in.
while I kill zombies coming down from these chutes.
Okay, what's that noise?
Like so.
Zombies!
And she's just as useless as usual, basically.
To me. Keep it up. Hold them off, Cram.
There we go. There are 4 more. 1. 2, 3, and 1 more from here, I think. Yeah. 4. Now we can get through here. And so, coming up, there's gonna be a cutscene where I fall down into a hole and land in a minecart in a mine shaft. And the reason I restart from checkpoint here is because while I fall down into the hole, my partner stays up top. And while she's supposed to be, I don't know, moved out of the game somewhere out of harm's way, for my disc or something, she doesn't. And so if I don't restart from checkpoint, she's gonna stay there. And because there are zombies up there, she's gonna go and try to kill them. And because she's just bad, basically, she's gonna die. And so she can still cause trouble for me despite not being in the game. Prime nominee for worst partner of the year. Alright. So now I'm gonna get help from myself, basically. This time I have to kill all these zombies while he kills ghosts. And that's why the screen turned white-ish there. Black and white. I was attacked by a ghost that he was supposed to be killing, but no. And these guys just spawned from behind. And it can be a problem sometimes. Thankfully that went pretty well. And so yeah, this is gonna be a while of this while he just tries to kill ghosts while I kill these zombies, basically. So I do all the real work. If I can just manage to kill them, that is. Alright, there we go. Alright, that should be all of them, unless a few more decide to spawn. No, that was good. We got all of them. And so now it's my turn to kill the ghosts with the ghost gun that just happens to be lying around. Basically, yeah. I'm just gonna take the HP just in case. And so, right now I'm the future self, so I'm just gonna run through all this. And because his movement forward is controlled by my movement forward, he's gonna be skipping, killing all the zombies and just running through them with me. And the zombies are gonna gang up basically, in a big bunch. And they can be killed easier. So here he comes. Oh, there he is. It's like I really have to do anything, honestly. Or everything. There we go. And so now there's a bit of a boss fight again. And you guessed right, it's the same boss from before. The same worm thingy. And we even find out that it has a name. And that is Princess. But thankfully this time she has a gas canister in her mouth. And so with just 3 harpoons from the harpoon gun, we can make it explode, which kills Oliver. So I'm gonna try to get the quick kill. There we go. Very easy boss. And so, well, now I'm up to where I want to be again. That whole falling down into the minecart cost me a lot of time, basically, in finding out who the bad guy is. But now I'm up here, and now I can finally proceed to where I were. This is the room motion, and that pentagram is the trapdoor. And now I find out who the guy is. And his name is Jacob Crow. But because I didn't say the magic word while exiting his computer, he's gonna explode this whole thing. Or, well, he's gonna blow up this whole thing. And I'm gonna try to not be in it when he does that.
There is a weapons company called Eugenics, which was founded by Jacob Crow. Apparently the company was suspected of illegal research and was closed down by the government in 2052.
So as soon as I get to this elevator, that's the trigger that ends the mission.
I got 2 donations.
Sure, go ahead.
We got 2 donations, $5 from Musen. I would have donated $224 more if for a Clockwork cosplay, but sadly it wasn't among the choices. Keep up the good rugby guy, Kämpa Pontus. And we got another $2 from HM. Yang, I see you survived your SSX run. Honestly, I thought you would melt. Keep on going strong. You have the best taste in games I have ever seen. Yeah.
Thank you, Musen and HM. Well, all I gotta say to that is basically, well, us real speedrunners were made of kind of the real deal, so the good stuff, basically.
Whoa, we got another $5 donations from Matson Olle. gBang, you're a top polare, so here's a few dollars for every non-polare in the room.
Nice. Thank you, Matson. Olle, what's his name? Thank you, whatever your name was. Sorry, I forgot. And yeah, the guy earlier, Musen, he was actually the guy who donated all the money that was for the SX3 snowboarding gear cosplay. And so, shout out to him. I think he's still the top donor of the entire event, isn't he? Alright, sure. So basically, I just can go through this. What happened here is traveled forward in time. Now we're in 2052 to the location of some big company that Crow owns, and well, this girl is trying to break in at the same time I am, so we decide to help each other out, or I decide to help her out, basically. So I just have to kill all of these before they kill her. And then she's gonna turn off the security system so I can proceed with my mission. And there's one more guy over here. And that's all of them. Trick that guy into shooting the wall. And then we turn off and turn on the cleaning robots. And the reason I killed him, despite him being offline, is because, well, while he's not dead, his hitbox is still there. And if his hitbox is still there, the cleaning robot will not be able to go through him.
It's your responsibility.
On that,
another false alarm. This building's computer has more glitches than seasons.
Thank you for keeping the chat entertained. So I restart from checkpoint here because otherwise there's a big robot that is gonna kill me. And we don't want to die, basically. And here's another robot, so we're gonna try to kill him. Maybe it's the same robot, I don't even know. This dispersion gun is very good for killing robots. And now she's gonna hack this computer looking for a password to the elevator, so we can go to Crow's main office. And so I'm just gonna cover.
People who use their own names for their passwords deserve to be hacked. Almost there.
Easiest defense of my life. Didn't even have to reload. Step it up. And so we can have some fun with these chairs and just throw them out the window like this. While she's running towards the elevator. Bye bye.
To the elevator before any more guards show up. Crow's not going to come to you, Cortez. You better go with her to his office.
As I know, I have to wait for her because she's a crucial part of this mission. But she's very slow. She didn't get the memo that this is a speedrun. I restart from checkpoint here to make sure that she's with me properly. Sometimes she isn't, and then I can proceed. And so I picked up grenades earlier, and these are the grenades, basically time disruptor grenades. And they basically slow time around me and do a lot of damage, so it makes it easy for me to kill these guys, especially these robots. Oh, there's another guy. There we go. So now she's gonna hack this computer for another password. And I'm just gonna wait for her.
There it is, Crow's terminal. Now let's see what he's.
There's gonna be a bit of waiting now, while she basically explains what we have to do. Can you? Where are you? What are you doing? Christ, I didn't even trigger it. I was in the way or something. Well, that's a bit of time wasted. Maybe I'm not so good after all.
There's a massive laboratory complex hidden.
Alright, now it's
right
triggered
under
properly,
this
at
building.
least.
So, the rumors of illegal research and abductions must be true. The evidence will be down in those labs. I'm going down there to get proof. This could really
Yeah, so yeah, the time disruptor grenades are really good in this case too, because
I've got the elevator.
all I have to do now is get past the elevator, and instead of killing all of these, I can just storm past them. Because they can't keep up. Boom. Oh. And so yeah, now we go further down into this building too, in search of another secret lab. A lot of secret labs in this game. And well, this secret lab is pretty much just as successful as the other one was, for reasons I will not mention. So there are gonna be some spider robots here that I have to kill. They're a bit annoying.
Sounds like a clear addition of illegal research techniques to me.
Crow's still chasing his dream of eternal life. This doesn't explain how he learns to time travel, though. I guess our best bet is to ask him.
Oh. This looks like living quarters. Maybe we can catch someone who's off duty and steal their security.
Alright. Come on, man.
I'm sorry, I'm just stupid. Something explode on me this morning. It's all in my hair and everything.
Yesterday, I injected this.
Hey, I have a striped shirt too. Can I get a high five? Alright, just give me a second. There we go. Thank you. Anyone else? Thank you. Cheers, mate. So, well, now I found a costume, basically. And Now we can break into their secret club.
Like a boss.
Yeah, yes.
That's why I'm sure guys think like a boss. Like a boss. It's a bit more feminine.
Nice disguise. You should be able to pass for one of them. And I'm gonna have to sneak along behind you. Remember, your name is Gordon. Now lead
You're
on.
playing against
Wait, I'll be spotted immediately if I go in there.
Just keep it over there so I don't have to deal with it.
Security for it. They're not trying to ditch me. Well, that's one way of doing it, I suppose.
These are time disruptor grenades again. And they're... I didn't even get them. What the hell? Thank you. That was a bit weak on my part. So I shoot those windows there in order to trigger fear into these people down here.
They were asking in chat if you're just very old or you have gray hair from stress and say nothing.
Subtle. Real subtle. I can get the air shower open,
Nice.
no problem. You go through.
I don't
I'm gonna
know.
change into this lab coat as a disguise.
Can feel
Hold him up while I go through the
I
sterile.
really want this weapon. Wherever it went. There you go. Well, that weapon bounce really cost me my life there. Unfortunately.
Well, that's one way of doing
Alright,
it, I suppose.
we got a good checkpoint at least, so that's a bit unfortunate. Basically what happened is
I remember the
I threw a time disruptor grenade at the guy and his weapon just flew everywhere. And I couldn't find it and I died. Or well, I couldn't find it in time, so this is not too much of a time loss, so
real subtle. I can get the air shower open, no problem. You go through. I'm gonna change into this lab coat as a disguise.
alright, let's try again. Right. Christ, now I don't have the time disruptor grenades. Apparently, oh, well, that's unfortunate. Well, turns out I picked up the time disruptor grenades after the I reached the checkpoint, so that's a bit unfortunate. But we still got further into this lab. And so, apparently, as that guy just said, mutants are overrunning this whole facility, and thankfully I have just the thing to deal with them whenever we face them, which is pretty soon. And that is the injector, which is a dart gun. Those were the mutants, yeah. This injector is pretty good. Basically, it makes mutants go pop. So if I don't kill these guys, they will kill me, or try to at least. I already succeeded once this time, so I don't want to give him any more opportunities, basically. Yeah, this is, as soon as you hit an or a mutant with an injector dart, he just explodes like that. Or as if I ever hit them, that wouldn't. He just stay moderately still. Okay, oh, that was probably one of my friends, honestly. He's just cracking jokes at everyone. Just gonna reload before I get into this checkpoint.
Sounds like Crow's still here.
Didn't help me though. The reason I reload that checkpoint there is because to make sure, or well, it is to make sure an enemy or a bunch of enemies properly spawn at the soon. So I can skip killing these and just move on. That guy I have to kill though, and I also have to kill the 4 that are down here. I'm a bit low on darts though, so I'm gonna try to pick this up before I get out of here. Hopefully I won't die. Christ, dude. Oh well. Yeah, it is hard. So I didn't know I was running low on darts, so I'm just gonna go pick some up here. There are some in this one of these cells. Right here. So now I won't be running out on darts. Or running out of darts.
We got a $5 donation from Misaka. I owe you a beer if you beat your world record.
Nice. Alright. I'll do my best. Well, he's back in Gävle, so he's not here. Alright, now I have a good amount of armor and HP, so if these guys just stop pushing me around, I will be fine. Just to be safe though, I am gonna restock on armor and health, because this part coming up is very long and can be a bit dangerous sometimes. And so yeah, here it is, and what basically is gonna happen, that's a time portal, and what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get help from myself, or 3 other selves, in order to open a door at the end, I think. So right now there's gonna be 2 other guys, another guy hacking with me, and 2 guys killing security. And so yeah, I'm Cortez number 1 right now. As soon as I finish this puzzle, I'm now Cortez number 2. And now I have to kill these defenses. And so the final phase of this is what I wanted to have the spy or the time disruptor grenades before. But I'll make do with what I have. And so yeah, there are 3 or 4 come out to help me out. Now there are gonna be more security. This is what the dispersion gun that I'm using right now, that is really good for killing robots. A lot better than the machine gun, the SPP 500. So as soon as I kill that guy, I'm sure my other self will kill this guy, or not. There we go. So now I'm number 3. I'm gonna be hacking this terminal, quote unquote.
This time you're number 3. You have to hack this second terminal.
Extreme hacking skills.
Or it'll cause a paradox.
One wrong move and we're all paradox.
And so, for some reason here, I only have to kill these spider bots that are on the ground. I don't have to kill the ones that are on the rails. If I even manage to do that. Alright, there we go. I'm just gonna hide there so I don't die. Alright, good. I made it. Alright, here's health and a checkpoint, so that was the dangerous part, so I'm glad we're past that. Now this is the final room of this mission. There are gonna be a few fighter planes coming from the ground as soon as this, or towards the end of this cutscene. That's the bad guy basically, that's the guy we're chasing. And so yeah, here come the fighter planes, and after we kill all of them, the mission will end. They're not very good fighter planes, they're very easy to kill. If you have enough bullets. And so yeah, that's that mission. And now we're gonna travel even more forward in time to, I think, 2243, where men are at war with robots, and that is also, I believe, our friend Crow's fault. And so the reason we travel forward in time is because those robot or the fighter planes that you were using were early prototypes of some sort of plane that didn't exist until this time. So there are clues everywhere, you just gotta look for them. So this robot here on the right that's gonna come up, that guy, I hacked him during the cutscene, so I am actually a hacker for real. So now he's on my side, and it's gonna be on my side for the rest of the game. He's the final and ultimate partner, basically, besides myself. And that's what I have to do now. Crow started another company, basically, to find eternal life. That is his ultimate goal, and that's been this entire time. So I'm just gonna try to get to the main entrance and not die in the process. There's HP here, so I'm gonna take it, just to be safe. And now I have to drive this tank. And my co-pilot is myself this time. So I'm gonna be driving this tank 2 times. Or well, I'm gonna be in this tank 2 times. First time I'm gonna be driving this, and second time I'm gonna be controlling that laser turret. So there's not much to this other than just killing one tank and blasting a barricade. I can skip going past this tank because he's generous enough to give me enough space. So, and at the end of this little tunnel there's a cutscene trigger. And the reason I can't go with myself there is because I don't have the right implant to be able to access the main base, basically. So that's what I'm gonna get now. And then I'm gonna rendezvous back at the tank, basically, as my future self. So, in order to proceed with this mission, I don't have to kill any of these guys, but I need the help from the other guys in order to be able to break or go through a door, because they're just a bit better attacking than I am. And yeah, that's why I'm killing these, because it goes faster if they don't have to kill any of them, because they're pretty bad shots. I want this ammo. These robots, they're pretty big guys, and they're very tanky, but luckily their head is the weak spot, so they die from a few rounds, plasma rounds. And so they should become, yeah, there they come, they're running now. I'm gonna have to chill here for a bit just. Yeah, sure, go ahead, absolutely.
Yo, we got 4 donations, we got $1 from SNSD, shoutouts to SVP. The feel when no girlfriend, gBang fighting. Okay, that was weird. We got a guy called Burger, I wish I had the skills other than procrastination. We got someone from Kringlan, gBang Senpai, and the 4th one I'm not gonna read. Well, thank you for your generous donations, everybody. Keep them coming.
Thank you so much for your generous donations. I'm sure everyone here appreciates it.
Don't worry, Cortez. Your future self had the implant, so it must be safe.
Thank you, all of you.
Implantation procedure complete. Please exit the processing chamber.
Alright, so normally the game wants me to, the game wants me to kill, or to pick up a sniper rifle and kill these turrets from this ledge here, I guess. But that's not very fast, so I'm just gonna run past all of them, or at least try to. Thankfully there's a checkpoint just up these stairs, so I have somewhere to reload from if I should die. This is a very risky, basically, one little sprint, and yeah. And unfortunately, just as I got to this checkpoint, I took a lot of damage, so I'm gonna have to try with this much HP all the time. So we might be here a while, but hopefully we won't. Alright, good. We got second try. That's really good. And so now I have the implant, and now I can access the processing, or no, the main base, basically. But now, first I have to help myself, basically. And my past self is not a very good driver, not at all as good as I was. Thank you, chat. And well, basically what I mean with that is he's gonna be zigzagging this entire time. Like this. Just going from side to side, and just after I kill all of these fighters, there's really nothing much I can do besides just sit and wait and hope he doesn't kill me, basically. But I am running very low, so that might actually happen. And there's really nothing I can do about it. Let's see here. These guys on the ground, these robots on the ground, they have very good accuracy, actually. So somehow they managed to hit me in the tank. That's really unfortunate. And, well, it's just something that I can't do anything about either, so... I don't know, that's a minute maybe lost. Doesn't help if I miss all of these planes though. They're gonna come again though, so I have plenty of time to destroy them. Whenever... Yeah, I lost all my shields again somehow. I just gotta hope that he's gonna make it through with both of us alive. There's really not much I can do about this. I can't even kill that plane that just came. Even if I hit it, it's never gonna die. Not this one either. Okay, so hopefully we're gonna make it to the end now. If he only stops zigzagging like this. This is really annoying. I don't even know why he does this, but it does this every time. Alright. At least we got through. And now I get this cool gun. So same thing here, I don't have to kill any of these guys, but me surviving becomes a lot easier or the more of them I kill. Oh, I have a rocket after me, so I might explode into death here. But hopefully I can get this HP. Good. Nice. Alright. I might not have to restart after all. Yeah, there's a checkpoint here, and so now I'm gonna be driving for a bit. So there's a bit of every game, really, in this. There's driving, there's shooting, there's futuristic, like meeting yourself kind of thing, if there's a game for that. And so, well, you're gonna see me go like all across the road a lot, and that's not because I'm a bad driver, and it's more because the road is very bad, really. I don't know what used to be here, but they did a bad job, honestly. Thankfully I don't have to drive for long, and now I'll get to drive a bigger thing. A Goliath assault robot. And so what I have to do now is to just have to kill all of these planes that are gonna be trying to kill me, and as soon as I kill all of them, that will be the end of this mission. There's not much to say here other than these guys are very annoying, and that my homing missiles are not nearly enough or nearly as good as the big robots ones are. Honestly, it's a bit unfair. I feel discriminated against. Yeah, pretty much. The movement forward is automated, so I'm not doing it. It's now they're just this guy. There we go. Thank you, Goliath, for opening the doors. Now I can progress into this place. And in there we're gonna find Crow and a bunch of other stuff. There's a thing about this mission. When I try to practice this individual mission, I only start with 12 bullets, which is not how it's supposed to be. But when I enter this mission via another mission, I start with enough ammo. So now I have 112 plus 16. But when I just try to play this mission, I only start with 12, which makes this first part a lot harder to do fast. And in the beginning there's just this boring stuff, elevator stuff. And so, yeah, there's a checkpoint right after we get through this door for a good reason. We don't want to have to watch that elevator thing all over again should we die here. Right? There we go. So, and now he's gonna download some information on this facility. And so I'll let her explain what happens now. Or well, for basically if you don't want to wait. Crow's making a giant army of Timesplitters, and that's all we need to know.
We have a donation from Småborgerligt klädesplagg. A small donation for a big guy. Thank you for that donation.
How much?
$5.
For you. So I need this electro tool in order to do stuff and kill these guys faster. And so the virus that my robot friend just got, it gave him a personality. So it's gonna be a lot more fun to deal with now. Or have around. And you're gonna hear him say a bunch of fun things. Thankfully I got through that place first try, or this place first try now. I had been having some issues in practice, but this is a checkpoint right after this door. So thankfully it went very smoothly, honestly. And the electric tool is good for overloading barriers like that too. These rolling robots are pretty awful to have to deal with. Right. And the only real way to kill them fast is with the plasma grenade, and even that is not very fast unless you can throw it out before they mount, basically, or well, they become stationary. Alright. So that sphere like this, or right there, is the base's main energy core. And so my current goal is to explode it, or will basically make it explode. First I have to kill these planes, and when they go under this platform they're very annoying. Alright, I missed them, too bad. So yeah, she said, what she just said is I need to get beneath the spear, so that's where I'm going. There's an elevator in this room. And now I am below the sphere.
The sphere's energy surface is still strong enough to deflect your weapons. Within the sphere, we should
So, but if I throw one of these grenades in the sphere, it's gonna explode. And so, the reason I'm going over here is not just to take the HP. The HP is very nice too, but it is to pick up the another 5 more plasma grenades. Plasma grenades are very good in this mission. They speed a lot of things up, especially this fight, per se, because, well, yeah, plasma grenades are very good. Just 5 grenades and that's him. Not very good for a robot. I understand why they weren't mass produced. Alright, well, now that I've done that, I have to find the backup generator, basically, and destroy that too, in order to make sure that the Timesplitters don't hatch. Just killing as many people as possible to make the trek easier, basically. And there's another rolling robot. Yeah, rolling robots are a menace. Thankfully there are a lot of armor and health throughout this level. Or there's a lot of them. Spread out. And so yeah, every one of these chambers contain Timesplitter. So, which is why I have to find the backup power core and destroy it, so that they can't live. Because they're bad and I'm good, so. And right now I'm dealing justice. All over their faces. And yeah, so the backup generator is coming up. Basically what I have to do is overcharge it with this electro tool. As soon as I get it out, basically, in plain sight. There's another rolling robot here. This is gonna be the last one, thankfully. They're really annoying. Unless it doesn't die for some reason. Can you, please? Christ, dude. I have no idea why it didn't die from that grenade. That is... that is very weird. I think it's happened before, but... it shouldn't happen, honestly. That's a pretty big time loss. So that's another reason why this game is very hard, or a very stressful run. Because of random stuff like that. Maybe it's just my disc though. Couldn't be my disc, but still. Very annoying. Alright, thankfully we didn't lose too much time. A minute at most. Which is still a lot in itself, but can't really complain or do anything about it, so we'll just have to keep hope that it doesn't happen again, or I will be seriously mad. Please die, thank you. So the power core is coming right here. Wrong mode. There, overcharged. And now all of these Timesplitters are gonna explode. God bless America. And well, yeah. Now we just have to find Crow. let's see here. So yeah, he's built himself a palace under the earth, and so he's waiting in there for us. And normally, I guess, you're supposed to kill all these fighter planes that are shooting at you and then power the bridge, but that's not very fast. And coming up here, this boss that's coming up, he's a really, honestly, a very difficult boss to deal with. As you can see, he's a very big guy. He has a lot of weapons, and as you can, I'm sure you can imagine, he's very tanky as well. So, but there's one thing we can do to deal with him, and that is if we skip the cutscene right as he starts moving, and well, he basically doesn't have any HP left at the beginning. I guess that's when he starts regenerating HP or something, and you just basically kill him right at the start. So, well, he didn't actually die there. He just looked, and when we weren't looking, he time traveled somewhere else. And we're pretty much out of clues, so we just go back to the island during the second mission. We're back in Scotland now. And of course, now we find out that the time crystals that they were supposedly mining on this island weren't actually mined on the island, they were mined underneath the island. Sorry, they were mined underneath the island. Which is why we hijack a submarine and go after the underground base. Thank you, robots, for that beautiful performance.
This is it, Cortez. Billions of lives depend upon you. No pressure, though.
This is talking control to the Barracuda. You are not scheduled to return to base. Is there a problem?
Tell them to mind their own business. That's my advice.
An engineering team is standing by. Respond, please, Barracuda. Barracuda, respond immediately. That's an order. There has been an unauthorized...
So we're just gonna have to wait here for a while until they decide to open this door. Which is now. Don't use your grenades, please. Thank you. And so, our goal now that we're in their base, their final secret base, I guess, is to find out where the time crystals are being mined, where Crow's time machine is, and where Crow is, so that we can kill him and destroy his time machine, and stop him from terrorizing the world for 500 years. So, well, I'm just gonna demonstrate how smart this robot is. Thank you. So now he's not gonna be with us for a while. Sorry. Sorry, I apologize. RIP headphone users, yeah, sorry. Honestly, I should have probably stayed hydrated. And now I got the harpoon gun again. Great gun. And yeah, we're just going deeper and deeper into this base, basically.
So, what's going on? Intruder!
And we're back in 1924 now, but because they can time travel, they have robots too. Although very prehistoric ones. That is the only reason I need a harpoon gun, is to kill those robots. There are a couple more throughout the level, I think. And so yes, my lady friend was mentioning earlier, there's a whole community living down there, apartments and stuff. As you can see, very nice, honestly. I wouldn't mind living down here if it didn't mean some guy would try to come and kill me. So I have to kill 5 people here. Oh crap, I forgot something, but I hope it's gonna be alright anyway. Normally I restart the checkpoint when I get over here, but I might not have to. And normally I shouldn't have to kill all of these guys. They're not part of the trigger, but I might have to, honestly. If I can't find the other guy. Oh, well, thank you for opening the door for me either way. Normally I'm supposed to restart, or well, I should restart the checkpoint there to ensure a 5th guy on the other side there, where I just was spawning, because he's the final guy that's part of the trigger. And now that I didn't restart, he didn't spawn, and I couldn't trigger the cutscene as fast, and this guy's gonna block me. Thank you. And now this is the final area pretty much. I'm just gonna take that armor for safety, and what I have to do now, I have to make sure all 4 engines are running, and then I have to just drill into the center of the earth, basically. There's a big drill here, so I can just hop in that. I'm gonna reload this because there's another guy, another robot. I'm gonna destroy this crate too, so I can actually get through here. Alright, I got the reload. So this is the final robot. And that's all 4, I think. Yep, all 4 engines. All I have to do now is start the driller and get in it, so I can get down into the center of the earth. And there we go. I wish they would stop leaving their crates around like that, so I can actually get through here. Greetings. And so, yeah, I don't know if you maybe heard them earlier throughout the event, or the run, but there's pretty much a drunk guy like this one in each of the levels. Or at least once in each, like, time. Sleep forever. And so yeah, we just have to wait until we get to 20,000 meters deep, I guess. Yeah, go ahead with donations if there are any.
Hello, this is ESA from Skövde in Sweden. We have a very special donations for someone you all know. He's called the Couch Guy. Hey, this is the Couch Guy. I just wanted to say you're amazing, meaning the runners, the chat, and everybody working with the tech and stuff. I am super glad to be here all together. I cannot speed on a single game. Keep your donations coming. Your sassy little dweeps. Love and stop, hype, Rummel. Portestar giving a hug.
Thank you, Couch Guy.
Hug?
I can't hug you right now, but you can hug me if you want to. Thank you. And so yeah, right now I'm back in basically present day. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm posing as one of these time assassins and helping my past self out throughout this all. Alright, that's all of those. I just have to, like, basically be his guardian angel for a while. And protect him from all these bad guys, even though he wasn't really there to protect me. It would be nice if he ran through that port as fast as I did. And so one thing I have to make sure is right here is that he doesn't take barely any damage because if he does that, the very last part of this run is going to be a lot harder. Not today though. And for some reason the Timesplitters have a mothership. Doesn't really make sense, but we have to kill it. Or, yeah. Shoot it down. With laser, basically. They shouldn't really have a mothership. They can barely, or they can't even speak and barely act as human beings, so I do not see how they managed to build a mothership. Mysteries of space and time, etc. Either way, it's not very hard to kill. I'm just gonna grab the health over here, thank you, and then I'm gonna keep going. Did I miss him? Yeah, I did. Please stop, thank you. Alright, now I just have to kill these 2 Timesplitters that are gonna be coming here. That's 1. And that's 2 coming up around this corner. Not even hard. And now I just have to run to the final part. There's an elevator here that's gonna take me up. And then I can, well, help myself from above. So yeah, there are gonna be Timesplitters coming here, and I have to kill a set amount. I think maybe it's 8 or so before he moves on. Let's count. And yeah, because of the range, they're a lot harder to kill. But that's 3 at least. 4. So there's 1. 5. There's the other one. I'm just gonna take this ammo. And yeah, if they start like pummeling on my past self like this, that's bad. Hopefully that guy's gonna die soon, so he doesn't actually end the run right here. Thank you. Okay, that was the last one. Hopefully he won't take any more damage. He's now running towards the base. Thankfully. Alright, that was pretty close, but we pulled through. Good job, squad. And now it's just the final and shortest mission of this game.
Time?
What?
Was that time?
No, it's just the final and short. This the.
He needs to find a watch.
Ah.
That's what he's loading there.
Nice picture.
And so yeah, I'm Mr. Space apparently.
There's Crow's time machine.
It's a good reason I was chosen for this. Now it's time for just to find these time crystals and blow up this whole thing and kill Crow as well. I'm sorry if you accidentally timed this, or okay, good. I didn't want it to be in Western Suns. But this is the shortest mission of the entire game, so time is gonna be coming up pretty soon. So you might want to get ready to get ready. Right, yeah. And as you can tell by the music, this is gonna be the final boss fight. Crows found out where we went. And it can be a bit to deal with sometimes. But I've been practicing and it should be a piece of cake. You have to kill or disable the weapons in order to be able to damage them. But if you disable the feet, he stays like this for longer. And so that signal is just the first phase being done. I'm just gonna take this ammo and armor before the cutscene is triggered. No, that was the game, I think. Let's see here. Alright, and now I just gotta pick up some more ammo and do that all over again. So now I gotta be ready on time. Hopefully. Alright, be ready on time. Not when he dies, but a bit after. Alright.
Get ready.
Yeah. You ready? Time. Alright. 1:35:03. That's pretty good, honestly. That's actually very good. It's a bit too bad that some unfortunate events cost me a bit of time. Honestly, that was an on-pace run, really. But
You haven't died?
yeah, like you saw how I got like the tank thing exactly. For example, yeah, honestly. But without stuff like that I can't do anything about, this would have been probably been a world record. Honestly, I'm honestly very happy with this run. So, well, unless my mic's muted, shout out to Sverigtron, SRG, and Twitter C. And that's all from me this event. See you next year or something.
Thank you for that most awesome run.
Good job, Cortez. I knew you could do it.
Thanks, General.
And you brought me back a robot.
Cortez, you made it.
Okay guys, coming up next is gonna be something that's never been done before. It's gonna be a Vice City bingo race. Be hyped for that. While I'm at it, I can give a shout outs to Team Ludendi, Speedruns Live, and Speed Demons Archives. They are co-hosting this event and stuff. We are taking donations for Doctors Without Borders. Yeah, so stay tuned and please keep donating. By the way, we are almost at 10,000, so thank you all for those generous donations.
They're trigger splitters, so to speak. And what that means is when I kill them, they trigger the spawn of another splitter. And so I want to kill those as fast as possible in order to have every splitter spawn as fast as possible. I have no idea, honestly. Maybe I should do some follow-up on that, but I just do with what I have, basically. And so I'm getting off the gun and closer to this barricade in order to save time, basically. And so here, what I have to do is I have to kill 10 splitters before I can proceed into the headquarters. And there can only be a maximum of 2 of these splitters on the battlefield at a time. And so whenever I kill a new one, or kill one, a new one is going to pop up from this ridge. And so with that one, that's 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now I can finish this mission. Boom. So now I'm gonna skip a couple of cutscenes, and basically they just explained where the story's going. So I got them back to headquarters with time crystals, and they find out that the biggest, like, whenever you travel through time, the time crystals leave like time residue or something like that, and the biggest pocket of these are on an island in 1924 Scotland. So this is where I'm heading right now. And so in the beginning of this, there are a couple of enemies that are pretty bad, or they can be pretty bad. Sometimes they're completely harmless. So one's a turret and one's a gunboat.
Well, we better make the
and they can kill me pretty easily if they manage to pin me down. And sometimes they will just they will do that, and there's nothing I can do about it. And sometimes they'll just leave me alone. So hoping for. And so, well, this game, you're gonna be traveling to time, or I am going to be traveling a lot through time. And you're gonna be seeing a lot of different sceneries, a lot of different weapons, and that's basically just the story playing itself out. So this year is 2401, and we are at war with some guy and his army of Timesplitters and Time Assassins. And so, I'm Sergeant Cortez, and it's my job to put an end to it, basically. Travel back in time and find out the source and just follow up everything. And these are the Time Assassins, the guys in hoods that I'm killing. And as you can see, I'm trying my very best to get headshots all the time, or they really don't die.
Ah, Cortez, you're back. Over here, quick. Cortez, we're pinned down here. We can't get through.
No real sequence breaks, but like a couple of skips that save, I don't know, 5 minutes each. Or, well, yeah, one gives a big room, and so I guess that's a sequence break. And then the other just is a non-skip that just saves, it gets you out of a pretty hard fight. So I restart here because my game's old, and sometimes either a splitter or a time assassin come in through this, or through the valley from here, and I don't want that to happen because they're very annoying to deal with. And so when I restart from checkpoint, I despawn basically. So what's going to be happening now is there are going to be 18 splitters coming from 3 directions, and they're going to come in 3 phases. And I have to kill all of them in order to be able to proceed past that barricade. And yeah, splitters turn invisible, so whenever they feel like it. So if you can't see them, that's, yeah, because they're invisible. And some of these splitters...
Welcome to ESA 2014, and the next game coming out will be Timesplitters Future Perfect by gBang. Stay tuned.
Alright. Yeah, right. Alright, countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright.
Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, everyone. Hello, I am gBang, and this is going to be a speedrun of the Timesplitters Future Perfect story mode on hard. And when you increase difficulty, hard is the hardest difficulty, and when you increase difficulty, 4 things happen with the enemies. They fire more often, they have better accuracy, they have more hit points, and they do more damage. So, well, I pretty much have to hit headshots all the time, or as much as possible, in order to kill them, because while they die from 1 headshot, they take like 10 body shots to kill. And this is an interesting thing for my game. So normally that guy on the right, he's supposed to just walk up to me and give me a weapon. But my game makes it so that sometimes he gets stuck on the side to me and can't get to me. So I'm gonna have to wait for him to give me the weapon. Thank you. And that costs him some time, but not much to do about it. I usually just reset whenever it happens. I use the telekinesis thing on the lever to make it low, or to lower the bridge. Sometimes Captain Ash runs into the explosion while I trigger it, and then he dies, which means a reset. So there's a cutscene coming up here as you get through this door. Basically what we find out in that cutscene is that there are time portals scattered through here, and there can be multiple Cortezes in the same area, so to speak. So in the future I'm going to be helping out myself, basically, a couple of times. If I stand in this far left corner in the elevator, I trigger the checkpoint that's up top of the elevator faster, so I can just restart and be at the end of the elevator. It just saves a few seconds.
What are they talking?
Hey! Get down! Looks like we've outstayed our welcome, sir.
And so the guy going into the chimney right there, he's the guy I'm after. He's their leader, yeah. And that cutscene there is the exact same cutscene as before, only it was from the other end, so to speak. So, coming up here is a boss fight. Hopefully. Yeah, I could get out. There's a plane that crashes here, and where the debris lands is completely random. Sometimes a wing or so can block the door, so you can't get in. And then you have to restart from checkpoint. So whenever that happens, that's pretty unfortunate. So the way I kill this guy is by planting TNT and these KSMG grenades, as they're called, these small rockets that I shoot out from my SMG, they stall him for a while. And during each good enemy AI, RNG. This one I can actually do something about by stalling him like that. So that's supposed to be what? I don't know. The captain? Probably. I can't really tell the difference between accents, honestly.
Attack! Problems here, old chap. Spot.
So, well, now I'm just trying to find out who's behind all these, basically. So that's why I'm heading to the castle. And the guy I have with me, he's the captain of the British Navy. And so the thing that happened during the cutscene is I triggered the signals to get them to fire on this island, which is why it's being bombed. You'll see some explosions when I'm outside. So this here is a gunboat. Oh. He means business this time. Fortunately, he was pretty harmless, so we got off without taking too much damage. Yeah, you're gonna see some explosions happening now. Like that one. There's a gate coming up. A gate that I have to crash through with this car, and it acts a bit weird sometimes. Sometimes you can get stuck in between the two doors, so... Okay, that's a good... Or, that was good. Yeah, that's a weird sound. Well, that worked out pretty fine, but it can go better. Sometimes you can get stuck completely and not be able to move at all. And when that happens, that's really unfortunate. So one thing I didn't mention yet, my unarmed setting has a telekinesis device, so to speak, on it. And with that I can move objects further away, so that's what I just did across the bridge.